What we're working on today is where some of the epoxy got kind of worn down, chipped, and then of course it started leaking. Little fibers sticking through the damage started wicking up water. Here's a spot right here. I kind of did it real heavy, and later on when we get around to taking all the hardware off, I'm going to resand it and refinish the outside of it. But here's our project today. We'll be on 3. Right here. It's a little noisy because it's on tripod. You see right. Get that adjusted right here. So pretty much what I have done already. I mean, that's been dry for a couple of days. I've taken my heat gun, just a standard heat gun, or you can use a hair dryer. Heated that up, warmed it up just enough where if there's any moisture, the moisture will be gone. So we get all the moisture out. And then the next thing I would do is I'll take a straw. And this is a piece of straw a little bit bigger than normal. So I'll put the glue in there like that. Set that down for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and fold the straw as much as you can. It's not going to fold up all the way, but so that that straw fit in right in there. And once you know that you have your straw will fit in there well, we're going to take this. We're going to load a little bit of glue inside my straw. Now you don't need a whole big old huge glob of it, because you put too much on there and then you got, let's see about how much we have there. When you put too much, then you're going to have to deal with a huge amount of glue to clean up. So now what I'm going to do, I'll get there and puff it in there like that. You might have to squeeze the straw to get some to load it close to the front. You can use that straw to poke it in there. It looks like kind of like when a surgeon or a doctor does the lipo. They're not very gentle with that stuff. So we'll get that up in there just like that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and you can use whatever you want. You have a popsicle stick you want to use, and sand it down, make it flat. We're going to move that glue around in there as much as possible to make sure everything's coated really well. And I've been asked, you going to use epoxy or, yeah, I'm out of breath, I'm old. Going to use an epoxy or some kind of resin like that to do this? And I said no. Pretty much what I want to do is I want to use a latex glue for the water issues. Well, I'm not a scientist, but for the water content in there, because when this all starts getting wet, it'll loosen up a little bit and lay back down a little bit. It is never going to be like new again. I'll put my clamp on here. Now if you have if you have a real pretty finish on the inside, you might want to put a backer block in here. But I have a piece of metal, so that will keep it from bruising the interior wood. Okay, I'm going to move it around a little bit. Here you should be able to see the glue oozing out a little bit. And it's okay to wipe it on your block, because you'll more than likely throw this block away. I'm not the best carpenter in the world, so maybe a carpenter will come in here and tell you you should crank it down as tight as you can, or don't crank it down as tight as you can. I'm going to get it pretty firm so that my wood veneer, because this is just a veneer on top of some basic plywood. I didn't put the veneer on there, it came that way. But so we want to squeeze the veneer flat again. And you can see some natural color in the wood here. That's about what it's going to look like. You see, here's another repair where we were out camping one time and a tree fell and knocked the nick right here. And then we were stuck in a rainy day for several days, and of course I got home, put it up, didn't think about it. And then all this right here delaminated and came loose, so I put my filler all in behind there. And then I had to park this in between a wall, like say my hand was a wall, and then wedge it, stick in between the wall here and this with my board to hold it tight. So you can see it's not, I got a run in there, but that's from my repair. That's from my repair. So once I get my repair done, it will, let's see, give you an idea here. Here's a repair from the chip on the road. Right here, you can see the darkness. But you can also see where I started sanding it. I've been on several trips, and that's minimal damage, but you know, we just go where we want to go and do what we want to do. And if there's any issues, we fix them. So once I sand that down some more and put some more clear on it, that'll look just like the rest of this, except for a little darker. That's what that's going to look like. Alright. And that's just dirt right there. Needs a good wash. I'm thinking about, well, actually I'm planning on sanding this whole thing down and making it just a little bit shinier as soon as I have some time. Just shiny on the wood. What I did here is, once I got my epoxy coating on the other way I wanted it, I went and put some interior polyurethane on here so it would start doing this and hazing a little bit to give me that kind of an antique look. And I'm over the antique look. I want to go back to the shiny again like it was. Let's see. Should be some shinies behind here. Yeah, you can see a little. You see all my junk. All of it. There's my Missouri City license plate. From 1984. The Colorado tag. But yeah, you can kind of see. Here comes some noise. You can kind of see what I keep in here. I got my 100-foot extension cable, a big heavy-duty one, so it doesn't pull too many amps. And then my fire starter kit. Got a cheap knife you can throw away. Got some in here. I got some. There's some punk wood. This is some lint from the dryer. There's some cotton balls. Some cedar wood in there. Another pocket knife. A magnesium fire starter. And a 9-volt battery to start fires with. If you have a ball of steel wool. And a little steel bucket for wherever I might need it for. Actually, it's probably not steel, it's probably more of a galvanized. And you can see up here I got a 12-volt fan that will plug in anywhere I want it to go. And you never leave home without some extra fishing line. Got some clips. And if I go somewhere, one time, I'm going to tell you, one time we went to a campsite and their 110 outlet was the breaker was out, so the guy went to look for one of these for us so we could plug that into the 30 amp. We didn't have one, so somebody had one of these which goes into the 50 amp, and another person had a 30 put together like that, so I could plug in there, and that kind of saved us for the trip. So I bought my own. I can use a 30 amp or a 50 amp or a 110, so we don't get stuck somewhere. And up here you can see my power strip, LED light, some moisture up here. Every once in a while you got to check for moisture. And then these are my plastic sides for my easy up. I can put up the big easy up right beside the camper. And you can see the windows in there are pretty cool. And a 10-foot piece of garden hose for washing dishes. Then I got a couple of magnets, so if I want to stick something to the side of the trailer. A couple of 10 spikes. And then the regular stuff on the inside. I will get back on this once that dries. I'm not going to let y'all sit here and be bored watching glue dry. So once it gets dry, I'll peel that off, and then we'll go with the epoxy part of it and get it epoxied on there and save the protective wood. And then from there, maybe we'll start on the renovations of the machine. Okay. I appreciate y'all watching. If you have any questions or something you want to see, let me know, and I'll video it. Thank you.